Chapter 5. A New Hope, Nier. Having androids with super strength made planting some potato shavings and a number of other hardier types of crops like beets, spinach, and lettuce, extremely easy. Basically, everything I knew that could withstand some intense temperature fluctuation so long as the weather didn't freeze for too long or get below like 25 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 3.8 Celsius was thrown into the wide rows the A2 tilled within minutes. But it's not like I had a whole catalog of seeds available. I just had a bunch of packs of seeds that my mother kept over from failing horribly at making a garden. Let's just hope I can get seeds out of whatever we grow. I muttered, watching A2 tear at the ground like it owed her money. So A2, how does it feel to meet a human? I asked, trying to make conversation as I noticed that both A2 and E6 are both certainly not a conversationalist. She kept swinging the pickaxe to tear up the ground as she answered. I am highly confused all told, as I was under the impression that there are no humans alive at this point, but now, I see you here before my very eye and I have to wonder if I was actually lied to about there not being humans on the moon. Well, I plan to live a full 100 years so you guys can record as much as you want, haha. I lightly laughed, but the only answer was the wooden handle of my pickaxe groaning in A2's hand as she clenched it. Yes. I forgot about a human's lifespan. A2 sighed and relaxed as she continued to work. So, I had a question. If you are an android, how much of your body is organic? I asked as I watched how fluidly she moved and had none of the twitchy motions those weird Japanese robot greeters with human faces made. Very little as far as I am aware, as Yoarha has barely any surviving examples of human DNA, as that's why we haven't tried to clone them or some other similar measure. Wait, does that mean they are going to take all the samples? I thought, and my following thoughts were a wash of needles, and seeing as they are literally coming from space, they will probably probe me. So do you guys have access to the old world's internet or anything? I asked so I wouldn't get bored after work, and frankly to make sure I don't go insane trying to make one-sided conversation with these two androids. Much of human media was saved and kept on the moon to preserve their culture, so you would likely have to ask E6 or another Yoarha model to bring you some of their data. She then laughed lightly and continued. But there is a fair enough chance that the scout models have some data from the human archives, as they simply can't help themselves and their coded sense of curiosity pushes them to find information about their creator, so if you meet one, they would be willing to share. Ah yes, the S-types. Yet another sign of human degeneracy. Basically, a paper-thin excuse to have shotas in tight shorts running around while the main battle waifus do most of the work. For the next couple of hours, we peacefully worked until I cut it off as my shoulder was hurting after working and I knew it would be a bad idea to mess it up. Not to mention A2 had already done more than enough for now. Alright, let's go back and rest for a bit. For a moment I almost made the retarded decision of asking her to play a board game with me, but then I remembered the agony of playing chess on my computer and being at its mercy, so I managed to escape that fate. As we just sat in a cool and silent bunker, I tried to read my book, but it was very difficult to do with someone just staring at me. May I help you with something, A2? Nope, just watching you for abnormalities. I swear I am going to have to change her name to Alexa, as she is always watching/listening.